YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This episode is day 13 of Junk Journal January, hosted by Meg at Meg Journals. Use the hashtag Junk Journal January to see more makers doing more amazing things, and visit Meg at megjournals.com, where you can find a copy of the prompt list, and this is all in collaboration with Get Messy Art. So, kind of doing a bit of off and on at the moment. Brain is not terribly happy, but today we are in a good enough zone where we are going to do a bit of a catch-up and hopefully do today's. So this was day 11, and this was me doing a whole bunch of micro pockets, and I found in the mail a whole bunch of coupons for Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I made them pink so that you could see them, and then I put them all in the various pockets so that you can see how many pockets I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pockets, which I think is kind of fun. Day 12 is throwback, and I wanted to throw back to the first day and redo an image. So before I show, the image that I chose is this. I'm sorry for the glare. Hope you can see this. It is a picture of Toronto City Hall and Nathan Phillips Square, which is this sort of whole area here. Now, one of the things that I wasn't too thrilled with is that I didn't use any guidelines for this, and I just used my brain, dodgy as it is, to create sort of scale, perspective, and so on and so forth. And there is a thing in art where you can create basically guidelines, and then you use that as a template. And I'm just looking for a blank piece. Use this. So I have a piece of everything's sticking to everything. Piece of acetate, you can't see that, but took that, and with one of my grease pencils, I drew grid lines, and then conveniently slip that under the photograph. And so now I have, and then I basically anchored it with a couple of paper clips, just like that. And then I leaned it up against a mug so that I could create an understanding of proportion, like what is in each sort of general quadrant. Then on the paper, I'm still not showing you the, flip to another blank page. So on this paper, what I did was use a pencil and also create those lines, so that when I am doing, say, the top middle line, and I am just drawing what's here in here, or if I am doing this curved line, it is going to start in the half, it's going to go up to about the 1/3, and then come all the way almost to the bottom. So you get a much better sense of where everything is at. So legit art methodology done with some frequency. And then this then is my throwback. So that's what I was able to create. And I am much happier with this than I am with this one. And that's good. I was able to create some good shadow, nice in watercolor, a bunch of layers to get things sort of dark. I edited out some of these buildings because they just got a little bit too fussy, and what I wanted to draw really was the City Hall. And so, yes, this City Hall is shaped like this. So there is very little mass of the building. It is 2 buildings. It is ridiculous to heat. Everything is on a curve, and there isn't a lot of real estate. And so it is fabulous design, wildly impractical, but certainly an iconic image there are movies that have been set here, or they use this as sort of a backdrop for the movie industry because it is so weird and otherworldly. This, in the summertime, is a very large pond, and in the wintertime, they freeze it over, and of course, it is ice skating. You see that it's lit at night, which is quite pretty. And this is a massing area for things like New Year's Eve, celebrations of all kinds, protests even. So it is certainly a central point in the city of Toronto, or Toronto, if you want to sound native, don't pronounce the second T. That's my hint for you. Okay, so next is, what are we doing? We're doing hobbies. So one of my hobbies, and I have a lot of them, is weaving. And I have done a lot of different I have a rigid heddle loom, 24-inch rigid heddle loom, and I enjoy weaving. It is very pleasant and a lovely pastime. And so what I want to do is weave this ribbon, but I don't want to weave it as a one-to-one, which is what we would normally see, just the up and down, kind of like what you would have on top of a an apple pie, like ups and downs and ups and downs. I want to do houndstooth, and so I will show you what that pattern looks like, and hopefully we have enough ribbon. I should probably just peel all this off because I'm probably going to use a lot of it. Okay, I'm going to say that we do have enough. And so what I need first are a bunch of links. Before we do that, I always feel like the first 5 to 10 minutes of these videos are a huge data dump, just catching everybody up on all the things, and then I go silent. So that's 1/4 of an inch. Please be 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, it's 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So 1/4 of an inch is 5. And I'm going to do math off to the side. So we have 5 inches, 1/4 of an inch times 4. That's 20 this way. And then this way, let's do 7. 7 times 4 is 28. So I don't know what that means, but it means something. So now, first of all, we need to do some lengths. Let's just do some lengths of the length of the book. So the pattern is 2 and 2. So 2 brown, 2 red, 2 brown, 2 red. And the same thing, so this is what they call setting the warp. When you hear, if you're familiar with sewing, you have a warp and a weft, or a warp and a weave, and the warp is the first, and the weft is the working end. So that's an inch. Okay, and so what I'm going to do, once I find the end again, is create some stabilization, and I'm just going to glue down the one end. I can probably do this a little faster and do it 2 at a time. Okay. So I realized that one of the things that I don't have on my YouTube channel that I should do is post a video of the thing that I am most proud of to have woven, and that is a kilt. And I did that for Costume Con, Montreal, and Costume Con Montreal never happened because the world ended while we were there, and the con never happened. And by world ended, I mean COVID just smashed through the globe. This red needs some pressing, I think. Okay, let's see where we're at here. I should just start gluing a couple of these down so I don't have them floating all over. Or I could do it on a piece of paper. Do it that way. Debate, debate, debate. Let's try this. But my friend was smart enough to get a video of me in my outfit. And I have that video. And at the time I didn't have a YouTube channel, but now I have a YouTube channel. And I'm gonna leave just a little bit of space so that there's room for the warp, the weft. Okay. We are probably not going to need this whole thing. That's okay. It is. Not necessarily supposed to be perfect. I think we've kind of established that. Come on over. Brr. So I think both of these ribbons were a result of a thrifting escapade, and this is part of my use it up journey this year and staying at a thrift stores. Or if being inside of a thrift store, not getting anything, which is probably going to be really hard. That's not straight, and that's going to drive me nuts. There is somebody on the internet, of course there is, who is doing she calls it a no-buy year. And one of her methods of staying accountable is to pick categories that she doesn't want to purchase. And one of her categories, she's not a junk journaler, but she's a journaler for sure, and an artist. And so the artist is relevant because she actually does art to make stickers and whatnot, and stickers is one of her categories. Washi tape is one of her categories. And so what she did was she counted how much washi tape she has, and she ended up having a lot of rolls, like a lot. And that is no harm, no foul. If we went into my craft supply, we would find a shocking amount of washi tape as well. And watching somebody else go through this is both interesting and supportive, if that's a word, that's a thing. Those are folded and I don't like them. At least they have like these kind of kinks in them, and I would prefer to have something nice and smooth. I think this is going to be quite difficult for me. because I 100% have a fear of missing out. I 100% have a desire to go to and look around, because I notwithstanding, even if I don't buy anything before this no buy idea, I love going to Value Village because you see all these interesting things. Can I do two more red? Two more red? Sure. Make it even. Though I do like the brown end. And I'm gonna need somewhere to glue it. Okay, so that's gonna be enough. Okay. Yes, yeah, that was a very good decision. Woo! Okay, so we have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and we are going to now weave. This is our warp, so we've got our page warped. And we're gonna do the same weave pattern. We're gonna do 2 lines of brown, 2 lines of red, 2 lines of brown, 2 lines of red. And that is gonna give us that really fun houndstooth pattern. The additional junk journaling application for this is that if you get ribbon, I'm gonna go all the way across just because that's gonna be easier. And you could use much thicker. You can use this to make your own fabric. A journal cover would be an awesome application of this. So would a fabric flip. This might end up being an interesting fabric flip. I'm gonna do 2 rounds of this, just so that I can get going and have a view at what I'm doing. Here, still got some, yep, okay. We've got to get rid of this. This is kind of the tricky part. And it is so much easier when you have a loom, because what a loom does is it will connect to the various alternating threads and pull them up or pull them down. And I've got to do sort of the apple pie method, which is the over under, over under, over under, over under. And that's kind of the pain. That's an under. And once I get the first couple of them done, I should be able to create some stability. So under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. Okay. And that was me just making sure that I didn't have any. Oh, can't we come any higher than that? Are you the block? Yeah, there we are. Okay, and where's my glue? Here's my glue. Just gonna put a blob of glue here. There we are. So at least it won't fall out, or at least that's the theory. So then, if we've done that pattern, oh no, I need a brown one. We're gonna do the opposite. So this was under, so this is gonna be over. And you 100%, I'm sure, get the idea. And this hanging over seems to be a bit of a great idea, because it is way easier to pick up the various thready threads. And then we just push that up. Now when weaving, when you have this kind of, that's an imperfect layout of the second thread, you have something that is called beading, which is you use the loom and then you sort of beat it into place. So then you have something that looks neat and tidy like that. There we are. I can get, and you can see now where the little space that we left is making it ever so much easier to get something that is tight because it's got a little bit of space. Micro spaces are something that's really interesting in journaling because it really does matter. It gives things cleanliness. You know, when you clip corners and you do it, it's not quite on the square, those kinds of things, they are all contributing to like a perfect neatness. There we are. What I'm gonna do is I am gonna be right back. Of course I am. Hey, Snickerdoodles. So I have a skewer, and a skewer might be an easier way to pick up the ribbon. And so it is. So now I have that, I have a space, and they call that, I think they call that the shed. I don't know why they call it the shed, but that I think is what they call it. And now I can just place the ribbon down. Hey, sweetie pie. Yeah, I know, baby girl. I don't know if you can hear that. I've not gone crazy. It's my cat meowing. She's early for her 11s, and she's just commenting that I am, I haven't opened the breakfast diner yet for her. And this is just a, it's a bad Yelp review. That's what it is, really. There we are. I need another red one. And I feel like this, you could probably fast forward to the end. Or I could edit out all of this, but I'm kind of not gonna. I'm not gonna edit, but you can for sure jump to the end if you want, because I am just gonna weave this whole thing. But it might be just nice and like a gentle opportunity to watch somebody just faff around in the most minute of ways for the purposes of junk journaling. Here. Okay, we're back to brown. Let's go brown. Now you can't quite see the pattern yet, but it's getting there. Yeah, the skewer was absolutely the right thing to do. Brown. Well, that feels very pie-like. What do we do to make a pie? There we are. So I haven't given you a weather check, and I haven't wished you a decent day yet, so I hope everybody's having a decent day. Not much mayhem in it. As they say, everything is in a dull roar. Weather check here. It's snowing. Not a lot. Very, very fine snow today. but it is cold, and cold means that the sun is going to come out, and I am going to be so excited to have the snow come out. I cannot tell you. I've been watching YouTube videos of travel videos, and those videos are fabulous because you very rarely will do a YouTube video, a travel YouTube video, I'm not going to say in the dark, but without sunshine. Okay, so I need to just get that a little bit higher. Because I'm so sad for not having sunlight, that I am watching videos of sunlight, which is sad but true. I need to fill the bird feeder today. That's something that I want to do. Oops. Now this for sure would be way easier if I had thicker ribbon. Just saying. And why did I want to do it thin? Oh crap. That came out. I think one of the reasons why I wanted to do it thin is because I wanted to show off the pattern once you get going. And I was worried of running out of space. Here. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah, this skewers everything. It's amazing how many improvements you can make if you think about what is it that I want to do and what is it that I want to do better. And you create all these little jigs. Come on. You can't. Why? There we are. Okay, and now we're back to red. We're practically finished. Trying to think of what other updates that I can provide. So, off camera, I finished my Roxy's weekly challenge book. So that's exciting. Is that right? Yep. Made a couple of mistakes in the making of the journal, but overall, not awful. I really would like to go to Value Village and not get anything. And I find that's going to be really difficult. And I need to find some, how should we call it? Incentive program. I think that's what we'll call it. It says that I'll keep track of how many times I can go either. And this is, let's workshop this. So I need something that is weekly, a weekly track. I have gone completely off book here. Yep. Not recommended. Not recommended. So where was I? I'll keep track. So I have a rough idea of how much I spent last year. And I think I'm going to include Michael's Dessert, which is an art store. There is a shocking number of online stores that I used last year, which is a great resource when you can't go out for whatever reason. But I think I am shopping for the wrong reasons, and we need to get a grip. And so I think I should create some kind of reward system. I don't know if that's useful. But I feel like it is, so I don't completely starve my brain. Of pleasure, but the thing is, I need to use the stuff. That's why we started this. Maybe the reward system isn't a good idea, or the reward system is of something that I can actually use. Now, I thought last night of something that I could get that was a tool. Now, person following along with this conversation would say, and what was that tool, Mary Ellen? I would love to tell you that. Sadly, my brain has filed that in a spot where I can't currently retrieve it. So I have not the first clue what I wanted to get. The other problem that I have is that I've watched a lot of the Thrifty Thursdays and the Thrifty Canucks, and all of the people getting all of the really nice things, and it's like, oh, I want to have nice things too. And it's like, you have nice things. They are all in your craft space, all in that storage space. Okay, that's another 4. And please make, yes, that's 4. Okay. So I'm just grouping these in sets of 4. There we are, and we're back to brown. Yep. Okay. They don't call me skilled for nothing. Well, nobody calls me skilled. They do call me persistent. They don't call me persistent, they call me relentless. That's actually the term. But persistent sounds so much more like a positive character trait than relentless. Sorry, I didn't mean to snort. That just made me laugh. Oops. Here. I'm also pleased with the color choice that I picked. The pardon me, the another brown. I have a lot of ribbon, of course I do. There, that's much better. By the time I'm done this, I'm going to have an efficient program of how to do this. Yeah, I had some multicolored ribbon that was really pretty, but I rejected it because I think plain colors will allow the pattern to be shown off to much better advantage. Because you don't want your eye doing too many things. Here. Oh, that's a lot of goober stuff. Another update is, pardon me, I am working on, no, I don't need that yet, the thing ups. The journal cover that is on one of the journals that we need to finish up. I've got that finished, so I might do a video of me just doing some slow stitching of that. Here, almost getting the houndstooth. That needs to be pushed way up. Okay, well, we will fix it in post. You could also do this kind of weaving with anything that is linear. So you could do strips of paper, you could do strips of sari silk, you could do ribbon. What else could you do? Newspaper would be fun. Dictionary page. Washi tape, though I would suggest that if you did washi tape, you would want to stick the washi tape down first onto some kind of non-stick surface, so that when you weave it, it's not you've lost the sticky. Or you can try it and possibly descend into madness, because I think that would be really hard to do, sticky. Take a while too, because I think you would have to use the pie method. But what else? What else is, oh, well, so there's thread, there's, you could do strips of doily, you could use certainly tissue paper, you could use all of the fun jelly plated stuff that is created. Could probably do images, but that's would take a lot of planning, I think. Okay, I don't like the way this is going at the moment. Where's my square? That's also part of the problem. Yeah, okay. Well, it's good enough. Carry on up the canyon. I am realizing that I am creating a pocket underneath this too, which could be fun. I'm laying down brown. It's windy out. Just sort of make that as a general comment. I'm looking out the window out that way. And the snow is very granular. It looks like icing sugar, but lots and lots of wind. And so there's a lot of movement and not a lot of drifting, I guess. Oops. Lack of a beading system here is clearly affects the weave. Okay, so that's where that's going to go. Oops. Thinking I should do a formal show and tell of my kilt. Not necessarily for the junk journaling community, but for the weaving community and just general posterity. because there's a lot of things that I learned as a result of doing that. No. Glue bit. Yep, there we are. Now then, do something that I think is going to be clever, but might not be. So I'm setting this up early so that I can do that. That's actually what beading looks like. What's happening here? Goodness. So you can see the pushing just allows the alignment. So that's much better. Come on, off you get. Here we are. Okay, stop. 2 browns. Oops. See, kind of right. By the time I'm done, I will have this down to a bit of a science. Wow, yeah, see, that's so much easier. So much cleaner. There, and we're back to brown. No, we're not. Mayday, mayday. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yes, okay. Nope. Yep. Sure. Yeah, it's gotta be glued first. Okay. And now we get brown. Ironing the ribbon might have been a bit of an advantage too, to get the curvy curve out of the way. Oops. What are we doing? This one. There, that's kind of decent. Here. Another brown. There. Up you get. Here. You get the weave all beat well, and then you gotta lift the end for the glue, and it just messes the whole thing up. Not a fan. Not a fan. Oops. That's a little better. A lot of glue bits. Well, keep going. And I think I'll do 4 more rows. So 2 more of red and then 2 more of brown. And then I think we will call this woven. Because we're getting up on an hour, and an hour of watching somebody slowly weave is kind of paint drying. Unless you want company and some periodic mumbly, which I think I've done pretty good. There we are. Yes. I don't know what that's supposed to do. What's that supposed to do? It's supposed to hold it. Okay. There. Oh, I keep moving over to the side here so that I can get my fingertips deglued. What are we on? We're on red number 2. Nope. Yep. Well, if nothing else, watching an hour of this, or noting that an hour of my time has gone into weaving 1/4-inch ribbon for a journal page, does add evidence to the idea that this is a hobby. Because if this wasn't a hobby, I am quite certain this would not be on the menu. Here we are. Well, not my best work, but not my worst work either. Yeah, okay, it's gonna have to move. So what am I doing? So there are the horizontal fibers that I am trying to condense, and I've forgotten about the vertical ones. So the vertical ones will also help once I get all of this sorted out. Okay, so 2 more brown lines, and we're done. Oh, look at that. We nearly finished a roll of ribbon. Wow. One of the things that I thought of doing as evidence of the use it up is to create a box that is of the empty rolls and bits of whatever. I can't see the cardboard yet on the brown, so that's that. Because I really do want to cut down on the amount of stuff that I consume. And of course, what do I want to do today? So at lunch, I'm going to get going out for sandwiches, and there's a dollar store there. And who did I see? I saw somebody like this morning, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name, but I watch your channel all of the time, and she got cheese wrappers at the dollar store. And my brain just went off and it said, I need cheese wrappers. I don't need cheese wrappers, but I'm going to go and have a look at the cheese wrappers, see if we have any. See, this is how it gets started. You just see something and it's like, oh, well, I want that thing. And so I found on TikTok somebody who does something called the Deliberation Station. And it is a list of, I think, 12 maybe questions that help you decide whether or not this is something to purchase. And I will share the list in an upcoming video, not so that you can stop or start any of your behaviors, but just to share it in case there is some value in your life to having that list. There's a couple that of those questions, they're like, yeah, okay, never mind. And the other thing that I think I want to do is a Thrifty Thursday that is just junk mail. Because I think I can do a pretty good Thrifty Thursday that is free. It's not extensive. Didn't say it was extensive. Oh, now I got it stuck to the last remaining ribbon. That's not good. It means for sure it's time to stop. Okay, we're over an hour now. Okay, and the last one. There we are. Good job. Okay, and beat it properly. Now there's all kinds of hemming methods once you get to this point, and I don't even know that I can do anything but just glue it off at this point, because I don't even know what to do. And there's just only so much of this that, like I say, I think that anybody can stand, including me. But I think what I might do is glue off the end and make it somewhat attractive. So there we are. That is a houndstooth woven pattern, and you can see the pattern. Very excited about that, and very pleased that that worked. I will leave you for now, let you go. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe for more episodes, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.